A few months before we moved to the new office, we have been practicing the wow. So an example would be we set up a mock desk in one of the floors, and we equipped it with the furniture that we were going to use and the desk solution that we wanted to implement. So people had access to it, just to look at it, to test it, maybe work on it for a few hours if they wanted to, and things like that. On the area of, we've also implemented everywhere else on the building, clean desk policy. So people were asked to clean and clear their desks at the end of the day, even while we were in the old office, even if no one would sit there when you left. But we did practice that. On the facility side, we did away with the individual trash bins, for example, and we've put service centers where the recycling bins are. So we wanted to introduce that culture as early as possible. So let me take you to a quick tour of our new office. So the FT Manila office is now at the 16th floor of Net Park, at the heart of the BGC. And this is the building over here, if you haven't seen it. And over there is at the reception, our executives from FT and our parent company, Nikkei, were greeted by the management team from Net Group. Okay. Sorry. Okay. So the reception area will welcome you with Antiquated. So it has its very own news feed from our website, ft.com. It gets updated via RSS feed throughout the day. So if some if other companies would have receptions decorated with maybe soda cans and bottles and other products that they may have, ours will greet you with our breaking news and current events, which is our main products actually. This is an example, a portion of our production area. So as you can see, we've implemented open plan, lots of open space, no partitions, no individual rooms, and things like that. In the morning, it's pretty much like a playground where people can sit anywhere they like. And in the afternoon, it becomes a little more denser until probably the peak is around 4 to 8 p.m. and then it tapers off again around midnight. So that over there is our sample of the desk, and I'll zoom into that. There. So this is the desk solution that we mentioned. So each desk is provided with its own another monitor, which will help in your work, making you more productive. A fixture of a keyboard and a mouse, so you don't have to bring your own. And all of these peripherals are integrated seamlessly using a port replicator. So that's the black thing in the middle. So all you have to do is bring your headset, your laptop, and plug your machine on the desk and continue working. So another essential, another feature of our desks, and that's the green one over there, is we provided all the desks with USB chargers. So you don't have to bring your own charger. Bring your own charger, just need to you can charge your mobile phone or devices on any available desk. And this has proven to be a very popular feature among digital natives, us digital natives. And a quick trivia actually, for FT Manila demographics, 85% of our staff are digital natives, so it was really very popular. Like I mentioned, the conference rooms, we've provided an AV solution using the Crestron. So the black thing in the middle is what integrates everything, the speaker, the mic, the webcam, the monitors, and it can be used either when using a life-size PC, a Hangout, or even just doing a local presentation. We've also lined up the entire office with big monitors we call perimeter screens, and we have different functions for them. By default, they were used for branding and internal communications, but for certain days, it can be used. That's on the right side, for example. For any other activities or events, we're using that one for this one actually. For a stand-up, it can be used for trainings like detox and things like that. And it depends on the time of the day and which area. It can also be used for other functional uses like dashing, reporting, and for call queues as well. That over there are the perimeter screens. There, okay. This is what we call the monitor tree, and it provides our operations support team tools for monitoring our services and infrastructure all over the globe on a 24/7 basis. Internally, we call this space our Star Trek Enterprise. So those of you can relate. Like I mentioned, we also introduce a lot of collaboration spaces. So these are, sorry, we'll wait for it to load. Okay, so that's a sample of them. You won't believe that this is normally on a daily basis our pantry, which is a big hall, which converts to a training room, a training space, a town hall area, and actually in one of the, actually it was on Valentine's Day, we converted it into a concert hall. So we decorated it and we had the band play in it, dim the lights and all that. There are other types of collaboration spaces like huddle areas, the one on this one, which is an alternative for meeting areas if your conversations aren't really private. It could be ad hoc meeting areas as well. And breakout spaces, breakout counters like this one, the one where people were huddled in. So around this time last year, we were starting to mobilize teams. And although we're still monitoring our progress, we'd like to share to you some of our immediate notable successes. So there were a lot of cost savings in the areas of floor leases, facilities, soft services, and the use of company resources and things like that. So that was an immediate check, obviously. In terms of engagement, we've seen an increase in participation from people during our events because we're now co-located in one floor. It would be just shuffling people to the next section of the floor instead of going through the lifts and the different floors. And there were also an increase in staff-led initiatives, so people are now more engaged. They create their own events in the areas of, say, learning and development, DNI, and CSR. And then finally, on the attrition front, when we were planning the move, we were projecting a rise in attrition to about 20 to 30% because when we were talking to the people, we felt that they didn't want to move to the BGC from Makati. So in 2016, of the 57 leavers, only 13% signified the reason of relocation as the reason for leaving. And I'm happy to say that in 2017, from January to now, of all the leavers, we've had a few already, there was no one who said that the relocation was the reason for their leaving. So we must be doing something good, don't you agree? So, I end this session with a few takeaways. So plan early is the first one. You'd be surprised with all the construction going on in the metropolis. Very limited space is available for these and within your own requirements. Next, communication is key. So for our case, we were very transparent. We shared everything with our staff and our stakeholders. And we did our announcement as early as 8 months before the move. So this gave people time to adjust, gave people time to plan and prepare. And also encouraged engagement. So It'll be good to hear feedback from whether the executives, the board, or even the staff. Remember, the staff is our biggest stakeholders, and they will be using the space most of the time. So, you know, we should always hear them out, what they have to say, and you'll find good ideas from them as well. And finally, this was true for us, and I'm sure this will be true for you as well. Cultural change is critical to any successful digital transformation. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Nelu. We have time for one quick question.
Yes, just one.
Hi, so you spoke about mobile
Workspaces.
workspaces.
Yes.
So that's for BC because you said you're PESA. We haven't yet, PESA, as you know, hasn't yet approved work from home.
I agree, yeah.
Yeah, so you're still working in compliance, meaning it's still just for BCP purposes.
Yes. So we don't have a fixed work from home policy. We do have an ad hoc one, and we have that on a case-to-case basis. So yes, we're still waiting for.
And just a quick follow-up. Did you also, when you designed this new workspace, did you design for only 70% or 80% of your population because there's always shrinkage? Or did you do it as one-to-one, meaning if 300 plus FTEs, so then, I mean, how did you decide to configure your workstations?
So when we designed the place, there wasn't enough capacity to provide a desk for each person. So we studied our shift patterns and our shrinkage and all that, and then we found the magic number. That's the most dense number that we have on any particular day, and we work with that.
All right, thank you, Nelu.
Thank you very much.